The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Hi, I'm Tom Ballantyne, author of most recently of O'Reilly O'Reilly and Uncommon Sense Apparently, as well as the Secret of Life series. I'm here at a local Sonic in, are we in Gilbert or are we in Chandler? Gilbert, Arizona, not too far from my own home in Queen Creek. And we are introducing a retired Air Force officer, Sergeant Robert Ellis, and his grandson. What's your name, young man? Sam Howell. And I wanted to ask Robert a few questions. Most of my listeners or people that have seen me before are aware that my current topic has to do with the eligibility of the President of the United States. Now, Robert was an investigator in the Air Force, and that's why he caught my attention. We met here at the Sonic while we were, us rich folks were dining out, and so I wanted to ask him a few questions regarding investigations and documentation. So Robert, what would, by the way, this is a copy of the audio of my previous book, Uncommon Sense Apparently. I'm going to give Robert a copy of that for his listening enjoyment.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you for being willing to talk. So, if you were investigating someone, or let's just talk about a security clearance, you probably were not involved heavily in doing security clearances, were you?
No, but I had to do a lot with the paperwork and things of that nature.
So you're familiar with the process. Could a man who does not have a, well, let's put it this way, could a person who proposed to post their birth certificate on Facebook or MySpace, just for starters, would they be able to pass any security clearance of which you are aware? In other words, if they refused to provide the typical certified hard copy.
You need the documentation because without that, you're suspect.
You're suspect.
That is correct.
Can you expound on that a little bit?
Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Well, you're a professional at doing investigations of this sort.
If you fail to provide the documentation necessary, it would cause me to want to dig deeper because I feel you're trying to hide something.
Okay, I think I can agree with that. So if someone in fact refused and went out and hired legal assistants, attorneys, to defend or prevent you accessing their documents, you think that might be a problem?
I think it's the biggest problem as having a couple surrender their law licenses without any explanation why they did it.
Very good. The only thing I would add to that, the only thing more outrageous than that is a media and a Republican Party, frankly, led by John Boehner in the House of Representatives, who doesn't even act like that's a big deal. The First Lady and the President of the United States, neither of them have a law license. They have both voluntarily relinquished their law licenses, and nobody finds that of interest, except for Robert.
I find it very interesting.
Very good. So Robert, let me ask you this, in your opinion, and we'll wrap this up, but in your opinion, is it even conceivable that someone could pass the lowest level security clearance in the United States government if they are refusing, or if they refuse to provide a certified hard copy of a birth certificate?
Let's put it this way, I couldn't have entered the United States Air Force without a copy of my birth certificate, a hard copy that was duly notarized and authenticated. So, yeah, there is something rotten in Washington.
As well as Denmark, apparently. Thank you, Robert.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.